My cousin has been on his winter break but keeps refusing to go home. I posted about it on Jihu, and things have only gotten stranger since. The original question was taken down for violations, but luckily I copied most of it. I'll recreate it here as best I can. Who knows how long this post will survive. Original question, January the 11th, 1422. Garden Kid, have you ever felt that someone familiar suddenly became a stranger? Here's the situation. My cousin, a sophomore in college, finished his last exam a few days ago. On the night of the 7th he called and said he wanted to crash at my place. His family lives in Changsha and he studies in Wuhan, where my parents and I also live. We weren't close growing up, but we're family, so I said sure. He showed up that night and has stayed for days. Problem is, my parents are vacationing in Beijing right now, and I'm a full-time web novelist. With college kids on break, it's prime time for me to sprint on word count. I've got zero bandwidth to babysit. Plus, it's a little awkward having a guy and a girl alone in the apartment, so I gently suggested he head home. He told me he wasn't going back. He even offered rent money so he could spend the new year here. I figured he'd fought with his parents, so I secretly called my aunt. She had no idea he'd come to Wuhan and begged me not to keep him, said to send him home immediately. When I pressed my cousin, he shot back, Yuanjie, have you ever felt that someone familiar suddenly became a stranger? The question blindsided me. He pulled out his phone and showed me a screenshot of a video call with his mom, my aunt. She should have been in the frame, but when I video chat with her, something always feels off. I can't put my finger on it, just weird. Even stranger, this cousin has nerves of steel. He bragged in grade school about watching zombie flicks alone and never ran in haunted houses. Yet since he's been in my guest room, he refuses to turn the lights off at night and will only shower in broad daylight. I stared at the screenshot forever and still couldn't see anything wrong, but the grave look on his face was no joke. I'll drop the original image here, please, someone take a look. I don't think he'll go home until this is sorted. Tags, family #alert feelings #alert new year #alert college students. Selected answers. January 11th, at grad student. He's probably flunking a class, that's why he won't go home. January 11th, at face diary. The pic gives me mask vibes. Her pupils sit too low, exposing too much white, classic three-sclera look. Mouth smiles, but there are no crow's feet. From the nose down it's like she's full of fillers, skin doesn't pull at all. Looks like a puppet smiling down at you. January 12th, at Insomniac. Your cousin might be onto something. When I was 9, I met someone who looked exactly like my mom. Story about seeing a copy outside the window. January 12th, at Not AI. Could his dad be the one who first sent something off? Ignore if single-parent family. January 12th, at Blind Old Wang. Any chance we can see a short video? Can't judge from a single frame. We showed these Jihu replies to my cousin. He wasn't surprised or mad that I'd posted, maybe he wants this solved. He agreed to video call his mom again and let me record. This time he dialed his dad. I stood off camera, able to see the screen. The ringtone barely lasted 2 seconds before the call connected. My uncle's giant face filled the screen, clearly not used to video chat. Lang Lang, finals not over yet? We bought loads of fruit and snacks for you. My cousin and I exchanged looks. He'd told his mom he was done. I'd called her too. Yet uncle seemed clueless. Cousin cleared his throat. Dad, have you noticed anything off about mom recently? Off? The only thing off is you calling home once a week. Your mom says she'll treat you to skewers when you get back. He joked, raising a hand as if to smack him. Not what I mean. I still have some field work to finish, but I'll come home. I'm asking if mom seems different. Uncle looked utterly baffled. Then I noticed the door behind him crack open a sliver. I signaled my cousin with my eyes. Both on screen fell silent as the door swung wider. Smiling exactly like in the screenshot, Aunt took the phone from Uncle. Lang Lang, come home. Mouth upturned, but those pitch-black pupils hovered creepily in the lower half of the whites. Mom, is that you? My cousin's voice shook. Be good. Come home. Her expression never changed. He mumbled yeses and hung up, tossed the phone on the bed, and muttered, Now do you get it? I sipped coffee. Honestly? Not entirely, kiddo. Haven't you ever been afraid of your mom? If my kid lingered outside all break, I'd sound like that too. This is different, he sighed, collapsing backward. It's like... I know you, but you're not really you. If you can sense it, there must be some obvious trigger. Maybe. Ever heard of the uncanny valley? Things that look human but aren't. I nodded while hooking his phone to my PC, mulling, the uncanny valley usually applies to mannequins or androids, objects we can tell aren't alive. But if the subject is a living person, shouldn't she just be a human? Unless the flesh looks right but the mind has changed. Yet why can only Chen Lang sense it, while Uncle and I can't? I trimmed the last 30 seconds of the video and tried to upload, but it kept failing. January 13th top answer, at microscope seller. A normal person blinks 15 to 20 times a minute. That woman blinked twice in 30 seconds. Hot comment at cloud, might just be me, but her breathing seems super slow too. January 13th top answer, at black bubble water. I recalled a 2020 foreign news story eerily like yours. Recounts TV survivalist Jones returning home, filming his wife Laura acting bizarre, video cuts, wife later found dead, Jones and daughter vanished. At soup asked my cousin. If mom looks wrong in video but photos seem okay, the issue is her dynamic behavior. If photos alone feel off too, the difference might be obvious yet hard to articulate. Try comparing old pics. At Langline replied, even photos feel weird. Maybe I'm just too familiar with her face. He posted an old pic, at Cud's suggestion we mirrored the screenshot and compared, the mirrored chin lined up perfectly with the new photo. Long discussion concluding that mom's face appears as a mirror image, left-right flipped, while backgrounds aren't, meaning the person is some kind of reversed copy. Gil chimed in, this thing sounds like an alternate. Saw a mockumentary where Mandela effect critters imitate people, kill the originals, and replace them. The weirder they look, the lower level they are. Your cousin's case seems serious, his mom's probably already been. Panic spread. Someone calling himself at Stalker claimed his mom was an alternate, he locked himself in his room. Commenters told him to call the Global Anomalous Lifeform Investigation Bureau at 13 by 33. The saga ended with his account deleted and only a hewn IP in the logs. Conclusion, alternates attack once they know they've been exposed. But their exact attack and defense capacities remain unknown, we can only stay away. My mom might still be alive, my cousin choked. From day one he'd agonized over going home, I'd told him to prioritize his own safety. If it were your mom, she'd tell you the same, I said. We dialed the investigation bureau. The operator asked our address, told us to stay home, lock doors, and await agents. But surely help from afar can't arrive in time. I posted a summary of our findings. January 15th top answer, anonymous. How to spot an alternate. 1. Movements or expressions are stiff. 2. Appearance is a mirror image of the original. 3. They stare at you, making you uneasy. If your area is invaded, stay indoors, lock windows, and trust no calls or online messages. Alternates excel at psychological warfare. Another user, at Dragonmom, wrote how she'd seen a woman identical to herself crouching on an AC unit outside her third-floor balcony. A supposed investigation bureau call center employee then posted, the bureau has been compromised. We've been ordered to stall callers. Don't trust any phone numbers. Jihu began deleting all alternate-related threads. My account got banned at 21:18 on January 15th. January 16th, Dad texted they'd land at noon from Beijing. I kept spamming him safety tips. When they reached our building, I finally relaxed. Mom looked normal, the mole at her right temple in the right place. They went to change clothes. My phone rang, Mom's contact photo lit up. Mommy. Yuan, strawberries are on sale downstairs, need snacks. Cold sweat drenched me. The woman in my house seemed fine, meaning the caller was the alternate, and it had already taken Mom's phone. Jia, come here. Cousin's shout from the guest room snapped me out of it. Clothes were strewn everywhere, he was scrubbing footage frame by frame. He'd zoomed into Jones's first video. A shadow lurked behind the display case, something we'd missed. A private message popped up at no name, unformed alternate fetus. Almost simultaneously we realized we were being watched. Langline, who are you? No name, your home is no longer safe. Remember, their weak spot is the uterus. My heart pounded. The sender was the very Jones who'd vanished for years ago. But how did he know the weak point? I asked, was Laura stabbed in the abdomen? Cousin nodded. No name, alternates first appeared decades ago, crude, twisted faces easy to spot. Over the years they evolved, features and behaviors now mimic humans so well that mirroring alone won't expose them. Their skins are mirrored, but surface details can be faked. Destroy the uterus, kill the alternate. I froze. If alternates can now disguise moles and scars, visual checks are useless. Worse, advanced alternates may no longer need a female host at all. Just then Dad called us to lunch. We played it cool, planning to photograph the chat log later. Cousin stepped out first. Dream Yuan, lunch. Mom called. As I closed the laptop, an eerie laugh, belonging to no one in our family, echoed outside. The door slammed. Cousin yelled, "Lock it!" I bolted the guest room door. Pots and dishes clattered outside. 5 minutes later, silence. I called Cousin's name, no reply. I backed away only to see, in the gap under the door, 2 pitch black, hollow eyes, one left, one right, staring up at me. That's everything I've pieced together. I can no longer tell who around me is human. I don't know how long this post will stay up. Please, if anyone sees this, tell me what to do. And if possible, call for human rescue. Edit 2. I survived 2.5 days on sweet potato chips and chestnuts. I've stuffed towels under the door, but the alternates take shifts watching me. The house has gone quiet, maybe they need rest too. I'm thinking of slipping out in the dead of night, even if it's a gamble. Jones's notes. September 11th, 2020 returned from the Arctic. Laura's makeup was heavy, her speech stilted, like a different person. At first I blamed months of isolation, but after one night I knew it was not me. I asked where the real Laura was, she stroked her slightly swollen belly and stayed silent. September 12th, 2020 show filmed an interview. September 13th, 2020, 3 a.m. caught fake Laura burying real Laura's corpse in the yard. I stabbed fake Laura in the abdomen, black, viscous fluid oozed out. September 14th, 2020 had an airline friend smuggle my 3-year-old daughter and Laura's body to China. March 1st, 2023 safety level, normal. September 1st, 2023 3 alternate cases in central China, anomaly reported. December 1st, 2023 7 cases, all in Hune. January 13th, 2024 online buzz on alternate spikes. For human safety I'll leak what I know under anonymized identities. January 15th, 2024 alternates infiltrate the Investigation Bureau, hot posts deleted. January 18th, 2024 they've evolved beyond needing a host uterus. Avoid humans, my daughter and I might still have a chance. Good luck, humanity.